the National League and the Globe Premier League. Let's talk NFF elections. And that's why Kelechi is here. Kelechi, you've seen a lot of NFF elections, past and present, and you've also been witnessing this one. I'm sure you have a lot of things to say about how this one should go. But let me start by asking you your impression about what the drama that has played out in the last 2-3 months.
Good evening, viewers. Happy to be here once more. Toyi, I told you 4 years ago
that we're going to be back in this kind of situation.
Camera that we're going to be back where we are today. When Alhaji Sani Lulu was impeached inside Asorok, and people applauded that. Today we are back here, isn't it?
You know what? Before I allow you to go on, we have prepared a slide. Let me just quickly read through what we've prepared for you. An update around the 2014 NFF elections. Yesterday, DSS, these are the real DSS now, the ones that pick people up. Yeah. They detained NFF President Aminu Maigari, they detained the General Secretary Musa Amadu, detained Executive Committee member Chris Green for over 7 hours. That's on Thursday. But check out this one, really embarrassing. Reportedly stripping them to their underpants and taking their pictures in the process. And that has generated a lot of uproar everywhere across the country.
Why do they have to do that?
I'm surprised. NFF President Aminu Maigari, Gen Sec Musa Amadu, Executive Committee member Chris Green, and NFF presidential candidate Shehu Diko have dragged DSS to court, and Festus Keyamu Chambers are the ones handling this one for incessant invitation and unlawful detention. That's the word they used. And so it's now getting a lot more interesting. CAF Executive Committee member and President of Ghana FA, Kwesi Nyantakyi, has been named as the CAF observer for the elections of September 30. The FIFA observer, his name is still being withheld from the media, will be coming in on Monday. And then the NFF Electoral Committee today assured all candidates of level playing field and insists that September 30 elections are on course and nobody should be afraid. Everything will go on as planned. So, Kelechi, let me come back to you. You have the floor.
30th election.
30th of September.
Have they vacated the injunction?
Well, this is what they are saying. But you said it 4 years ago that we're going to be having a case like this.
We are back here. Toyi, sometimes we don't know what to say about NFF anymore. And
how did we get here?
We got here.
Since you don't know what to say about NFF anymore.
Yeah, because we got here because we had refused to grow in our football. We are not developing. Administration, the game itself, we've not grown. Years back, we go to African competitions. Number one back-to-back. Heartland got to the final.
But that's club football.
Yeah, but it's where the development
the reflection
lies.
of the league, the set of the league.
Oh, yeah, but the league is what is supposed to develop, not when we bring players abroad to come and play. Then, today, where are we? We have an LMC, an illegal body. Nobody is talking about it.
How is it an illegal body? This was a product of the Congress.
Yeah. The Congress?
Yes.
Who heads the league?
No. That's not the issue of who has the league.
Where are you supposed to get somebody to head the league?
But the Congress gave them an extension of 1 year and extended it to the end of this season.
And gave them,
said they should arrange for elections.
Ask them to turn it into a company.
Let's not argue about the LMC.
And ask them to turn LMC into a company.
Let's not argue about LMC,
into a private company.
What we are here to talk about is NFF elections. So, let's look at the candidates. One after the other.
One after the other. Where do we start?
Let's start from Abayola. That's A alphabetically. Abayola.
Abayola. LMC.
No. Abayola, former Kano Pillars, former sports ministry. He's worked in the government for 30 years.
30 years and
unblemished record in civil service.
And he's running for the presidency. Quality candidate. He did well when he was in Kano Pillars, or is he still there?
He's out.
He's out of Kano Pillars.
Are you putting your money on him? Okay, let's talk about.
I'm not. Listen. Let me tell you what I expect to somebody I expect to win the NFF president. The football management in the world and in Africa had gone beyond bringing somebody who doesn't know the terrain.
So all of these guys know the terrain. I mean, okay.
Sure do.
Let me
much of the terrain?
Hold on. Let me read the names for you because I think I studied the names here. I'm not sure we've had an impressive lineup of candidates like this in a long time.
The candidates we have this.
Taiwo Ogunjobi, Abayola, Mike Ume, Amaju Pinnick, Dominic Ayofa, Shehu Diko, Amazi Chegbulam. All these guys know the terrain.
Where do we start from? Dominic Ayofa.
I mean, that guy played the game. He's a coach. He's passionate.
Managing Lobsters at the moment.
Amaju Pinnick, Mike Ume.
That's a quality lineup.
Who is your candidate for the elections?
Oh, undoubtedly, Chifu Chebulam.
Is your candidate?
Sure.
He's a good quality candidate.
I can put my money on him. He will give us quality
but
representation.
He's been there before.
Yeah,
as vice president.
Yes, and we saw his input, and that's what puts him in CAF today. He's the highest ranking person in Nigeria in football.
He's the vice chairman of CAF Appeal.
CAF Appeal, and he's going to head appeal in the this
African
Women Championship. That tells a lot about him. You understand? And if you hear him speak football,
he knows football. He was on this show yesterday talking about how he's going to run the game.
Oh, I didn't watch.
He was on the show yesterday.
I think he's a quality candidate, and he's never been biased. And where he is chairman of FA in Imo, he had developed the game, bringing people like Kano Wankwo, and today the same state had brought us another, Kelechi Iheanacho. You understand? So he had gone from the grassroots, and he owns a team that has produced players, Amakov FC. You understand what I'm saying? So it is not a thing of sentiments, unless we want to go back to where we are today, where somebody comes in and hijacks the federation because the president is not capable enough to drive it.
Let me come to Tolu. Who is your own candidate?
Well, I will just have to stick with.
I am confused. The lineup is overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. I think any of these guys can do it. I think they will do a very good job.
We ran the profile of all of these candidates on the show, and after every profile, you just heave a sigh of relief that wow, quality everywhere.
I have an issue somewhere.
What's the issue?
Amaju Pinnick.
Young man, vibrant.
He has done a lot, but he should go to Athletics Federation.
They have a president that they just elected earlier this year. Earlier this year,
he can win another election. You understand?
But he has done
a great job in terms of developing athletics.
What of football? Football house, the innovation of the Delta FA. He has done so much for football as well.
Yes, he's done so much by building the football house.
Not just that,
but he will do better
training
athletics. He has done better. He's done great job in athletics.
Training of coaches, training of referees.
Who are the coaches?
The coaches that are sent abroad, the refs that are sent abroad to the FA, relationship. Even David Dean is praising Amaju. It's an interesting discussion.
All right, but he's a great guy. Let him go to athletics. Let him do the magic.
Let him try his luck. Let everybody try their luck.
We'll love him there.
I mean, it's an amazing lineup. It's an amazing lineup. Anyway, before we go on the break, let me just quickly deviate from this one and talk about a novelty game that will be taking place tomorrow. I'll come back to Kelechi when Kelechi has made up his mind on the next candidate that he wants to talk about. Tomorrow at the Campus Square, we just want to talk about this very quickly. The governor of Lagos State, Babatunde Fashola, will be playing a novelty game with Nigeria Union of Journalists. He will also be playing against law enforcement agents, the LASMA, the training institutes, and it promises to be an exciting game. And we've been told to tell you to be a part of it. From 3 p.m. tomorrow at the Campus Square, Governor Fashola will be there to play football. I mean, he was, and I think he is still, a very, very decent footballer.
Really?
Yeah, very decent. He can still play 15 minutes, top flight.
15 minutes, right?
15 minutes, yes. The schedule of executive office.
They won't treat him like a governor on the field.
Anyway, let's talk about big games this weekend. Very quickly. Tolu, big games this weekend.
Yeah, we have two crunchy games in the Barclays Premier League coming up this weekend. One of them is the curtain raiser. It's called the Merseyside Derby between Liverpool and Everton. Well, 15 years now, Everton have not won at Anfield, which is the home ground of Liverpool, and last season they were trounced there 4-0. So maybe you should just expect a routine. Both teams have not had a good start to the season. Liverpool have lost 3 of their opening 5 games, and Everton have won just 1, and they are also the second team to have considered the most number of goals. So not a good start to the season. You can just go there and enjoy your game. Arsenal against Tottenham Hotspur, another game dominated by the Arsenal side. It's the North London derby. Tottenham have not defeated Arsenal since 1994-1995 season. That's a long time ago, about 20 years now. And you can just expect Arsenal to get it better over Tottenham again. 3 times they met last season, Arsenal won